Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, look, I just want to respond. I was watching a little Washington Commanders podcast or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just want to give my opinion. I don't got the followers and all the shit y'all got, but I still want to get this shit off my chest. Listen, man, we all know that, you build teams through the line. Like if you can dominate at the line with offensive line, with your defensive line, your offensive line dominating, then you probably gonna have a dominant team. But with that being said, bro, we can't afford to spend our first round pick on an offensive lineman when we don't have dynamic playmakers on our team. You have to look at it like this, man. If say that first pick that we draft is say it's guaranteed to be successful, right? Say whoever we draft, no matter what position it is in that first round, it's a successful pick. And say nothing else hit. We get all the coaches we want, we get the coordinators that we want, but none of them other picks are good, and we don't do shit in free agency. But that first pick is a dynamic pick, rookie of the year, best player. Would you rather that pick to be an offensive tackle or a dynamic receiver, man? Would you rather have Trent Williams or Jerry Rice? It just don't make sense. If we get if we get the best offensive lineman in the draft, right? Who's going to score the points? Is he going to score points? Is he going to score touchdowns? Is us having an offensive line, a number one overall offensive lineman, or the second best offensive lineman in the draft, is that going to put points on the board? Is that going to stop people from dropping the ball? Is that going to make receivers get yards after the catch? Is that going to make receivers juke people out? Is that going to make De'Ami Brown catch a screen pass at the 1 yard line and go in the end zone instead of going straight to the ground and not getting the touchdown? You know what I'm saying? Offensive lineman ain't going to do that, bro. You don't have to have the best offensive lineman. You say the free agency tackles, it's going to be a bad free agency for tackles this season. Hey, look, them free agent tackles, it's a few of them that's better than the tackles that we got. It's going to improve us if we get them, or we could get a lineman later in the draft. We cannot pass up on dynamic, skilled players. We need somebody that can score from anywhere on the field. And if it was up to me, I would get a dynamic receiver, the best receiver in the draft, and I'm going to get a dynamic tight end in the second round. I'm not with all that cliche shit. When people think they really know about football, they start talking all that, yeah, we got to get a left tackle in the first. Hey, bro, we not built for that, bro. We need people that can score. We need to give Sam Howell weapons. You say that he don't got no protection and all that, but yet still, he's number 5 in the league in passing yards. So what, we gonna get an offensive lineman and he gonna be number 2 in the league in passing yards? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's throwing the ball. He got a whole lot of yards. It's just that motherfuckers ain't doing shit once they get the ball in their hand, man. And that's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Bieniemy is if Bieniemy had skilled players, his scheme will work. It worked in Kansas City, man. You know what I'm saying? If he went to another team that had the players, the shit'll work. Terry McLaurin at his best was maybe a top 15 receiver, which ain't bad, which is good. I like Terry McLaurin. But Terry was, to me, he was always like a number 2 receiver. Yeah, he's a number 1 receiver because that's what we use him as. But when I compare him to the other number 1 receivers in this league, at this time right now, I can name 20 to 25 people that I'd rather have over Terry this year. He's not getting no separation. It seems like all his catches, man, are contested catches. For him to catch the ball, he got to jump over people. And he do it, and he's successful. But if you ain't in the end zone, you ain't scoring. You know what I'm saying? He's not catching the ball in the open field, making people miss and then running for a touchdown. He's not catching screen passes and doing none of that. You need players that can do that. You need players that could do that. if you want to be successful, look at all the best teams in the league. Y'all see that stadium behind me? Yeah. Look at all the best teams in the league, right? Show me a successful team that got a great offensive line and don't have no dynamic playmakers. But what I can do is show you teams that's extremely successful because they got a bunch of dynamic playmakers. They don't really got no good offensive line. Let's take San Francisco 49ers. Outside of Trent Williams, they don't have a good offensive line. Let's look at the Miami Dolphins. They put up 70 on the Denver Broncos. They don't have a good offensive line. And if you think it's just about the scheming and all that, if the Miami Dolphins coach came to Washington and he tried to run that same shit with us, that shit wouldn't work because we don't have the fucking players. If Bieniemy went to Miami and he tried to run the scheme that he's running in Washington and Miami, that shit would work, man. They'd be talking about he the coach of the year and all that shit. That shit'd be dynamic, just like it worked in Kansas City. It don't work with us because we don't have the players. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all that trying to, let's get players that we could coach. And, you know, I'm so good of a coach that I don't need to have dynamic players. I could just get anybody and I could coach them up. Nah, man. This the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit might be able to work every once in a while or work for certain motherfuckers. But overall, the teams with the best players is the teams that's going to win, man. And that's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Dallas like that, man. CeeDee Lamb cooking. CeeDee Lamb had 3 games in a row with over 150 receiving yards and 10 plus catches. In one game, he had 197 yards, but Redskin fans be hesitant to say that he's like that. Terry never had a 150-yard game in his career, but Redskin fans want to call him elite. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, we love mediocrity, man. And that's all that shit is, man. We have to get over all that mediocre shit. And as Commanders fans, we have to understand that we can have the best of the best. We can have we can have the best receiver. We can have Tyreek Hill caliber receivers. You know what I'm saying? We can have Devon A-Chain caliber running backs. Raheem Mostert caliber running backs. We can have Nick Chubbs. We can have Travis Kelce's and Sam Laporte. We can have all that, bro. So don't settle for less. You know what I'm saying? Acting like Terry McLaurin is all this and shorty, he's showing you this year that he's not. And you think he's going to get better? He's getting older now. So we probably have seen the best of Terry McLaurin. You know what I'm saying? It's far-fetched to think that in his 5th or 6th season, he's going to have the worst season of his career. And then after this season, he just going to come back to being a dog and shit. That shit might have worked if he gets some help. You know what I'm saying? People be talking all that Johan Dawson shit. Johan Dawson hasn't proven anything in this league. We expected him to be great this year. He came out dropping passes. Terry McLaurin at his best right now is a top 25 receiver at his best. You know what I'm saying? He's not top 25 in no receiving stats. Except for drop pass. I bet in drop passes, he probably top 25, and I ain't even looked that shit up. But look it up. You know what I'm saying? You can't give a man all that praise when he's showing you that he just ain't doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We need dynamic playmakers. We need somebody when Sam Howell step back that he already know who the fuck he going throw it to, because hey, look, Terry got multiple games with double-digit catches. Terry, y'all act like they don't throw that man the ball. They throwing him the ball. He don't get open. No separation. You know what I'm saying? Then Sam be hesitant. The reason why he was holding the ball so much earlier in the season is because he was waiting for people to get open, man. He was trusting in his receivers to get open. Them motherfuckers not getting open. Y'all can't see that shit? Yeah. But all right, y'all, man. I just wanted to say that shit. Know what I'm saying? I'm a true Washington sports fan, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Then they talking about they sending our teams to Virginia. Like, get the fuck out of here. What true Washingtonian, man? What person from DC want to see our teams in Virginia, bruh? That shit crazy. Yeah, man. We need the scans need to be right here, man. And we need to change that name to the Red Wolves so we can howl for Howell. You know, when he getting this man. Howl!